What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you on this Friday afternoon. Guys, we got a lot of amazing information to share today, and we got a very, very special guest. I'm super excited to have this brother on the show. What's up, Beatkeeper69? What's up, my man? Good to see you here. Anthony Wenner's in the house. Guys, let's start by going to the market right now. We're at 1.1 trillion. 1.1 trillion. We're up a bit. Uh-oh. Bitcoin right now has been on fire, $26,500. Good Lord, 26.5. We've got Ethereum falling just over 1,700 at 1725. We've got BNB at 332 trying to maintain above that $300 mark. We got XRP. Man, I was hoping to get that for $3-4. We're at 37 cents. We got ADA Cardano at 33 cents. We've got Polygon Matic at 119. We got Doge at 7 cents. We've got Solana at $20. Guys, remember when all that FUD happened with FTX? We had Solana down to $8 and some change. Good Lord. Can we get back there again? I don't know. We'll see. Polkadot's at 638. We got Shiba Inu, 4 zeros and a 1. But there's been a lot of FUD around Shiba Inu. Uh-oh. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Tron, TRX is at 6 cents. We got, let's see, Avalanche at 16.54. We've got Uni at 6.14. It's up almost 10%. Look at all this green, guys. We had a lot of red going on, but now we got some green showing. We've got the OG Atom at 12.76, up 16% for the week. We've got that old stinky Linky. We like Chainlink. It's at $7, up 14, almost 15% for the week. We've got TON up at 2.45. We've got OKB 48.35. Uh-oh, 22% up. You know, we got a little bit of pump right now from altcoins. Why? Because Bitcoin's on fire. That's why. We got Filecoin. If you guys remember, we did a deep dive on this. It's at $5.97. We covered it back at $2.97. So it's about $3 difference. We got XLM at 8 cents. We got APT at $12.74. A lot of double-digit gains, guys. We got LDO at $2.40. Crow, if you didn't know. Here we go. We like Crow. It's at 7 cents. Guys, always remember, nothing we talk about should ever be considered or deemed financial advice. We are not financial advisors. We're just documenting our journey in the evolution of money. We'll appreciate each and every one of you guys joining and being on. You know, we've been around crypto since 2017. We've done very, very well for ourselves for the few of you guys who've actually followed us and shared our journey. I was co-hosting on another YouTube show. We started this YouTube about 3 or 4 months ago. We're super excited with the members that we have, and we're super excited for all the, you know, the traction and momentum. For those of you guys that didn't catch, you know, there was a moment. You got to watch what you say on YouTube, because there's a moment that they actually deactivated our channel for like 2 weeks. Like, what happened? And we had found out that, you know, obviously there's certain things you can't say as far as keywords, and must have triggered something. But we're back, and we're monetized, and we got members, and we're excited. So we're picking the momentum back up. We'll get back there. Near is dear. Uh-oh. Near's at 204. Cheer for Near. You know, I always try to rhyme. You know, your boy James, aka 68J, always thinks he can rap. I sound good in the shower when I rap and sing, but, you know, when the water comes off, I sound like crap. H-bar is at 6 cents. We got VChain at 2 cents. We got ICP at 5.36. We got QNT at 129. 8coin, that old crazy monkey's at 4.20. We got Algo at 21 cents. Stacks, we just covered this like, what, a week and a half ago at 107. GRT, that old AR juggernaut, is back up to 15 cents. FTM Phantom, guys, you remember that? I remember getting Phantom at like 2 or 3 cents. Look at it, 45 cents. Good Lord, that thing's pumped. IMX is at 142. We got Mana. Uh-oh, look at Mana. Look at Mana. Decentraland, 60 cents. Remember that thing fell just below 50 cents? I was telling everybody you can get it for 2 for $1. I actually got a 3-story, I want to call it mansion. I built it in Decentraland. I'm big in the metaverse. Yep, I got some land in Mana and in Sandbox. Let's see. We've got XTZ at 119, the OG. Aave is at 76.90. Flow, if you didn't know, here we go. See? We got an incredible show. I tell you guys, I'm always trying to flow. I don't got no flow. I'm going to leave that up to Crypto Tales. The coin formerly known as EGLD, Multiverse X, is at 42.36. Theta! Is that like Theta Kappa Sigma Phi or something like that? I don't know. I didn't go. I left college after 1 year to go play pro basketball, so I never joined a fraternity. 105 for Theta. We've got Sandbox. Uh-oh, Sandbox says, I'm better than you are to Mana. It's at 61 cents. Let's see. Anything else worth talking about? I don't know. Let's see. Curve. We like Curve. Is at 93 cents. Just under $1. All right, guys, let's get past that. Let's get into a couple quick things on Twitter. And then after that, we'll bring in my man, ElderKarl. We're going to talk to ElderKarl in just a second. All right, guys, look down here. Obviously, we got ElderKarl. Guys, we're super excited to have him on talking about the Boomer Squad. I'm going to be bringing him on in just a second. But also, make sure you guys tune in tonight. You know, we do daily drawings here. We do weekly giveaways. free crypto, free XRP. We've done free, as far as merchandise. Also, if you guys followed the early, versions of our channel, we did a lot of charitable work. We sent money back to Nigeria. We documented a lot of that stuff. We have videos of the children that were fed and clothed and all that stuff. We've also gone out and helped out the very unfortunate, the one kid down in Fresno, California, that couldn't even afford to go to school, but he was a phenomenal athlete. He was too embarrassed. We donated money right around the Christmas time. So we do a lot of donations here. We do a lot of giveaways. We do a lot of charitable work. We love giving back, and this is all about basically helping people get to the next level in crypto. We've had a lot of success. As you guys know, we've created millions and millions of dollars in crypto, and so I'm really excited to go out there and share that story and help a lot of you guys get to the same place. So with that being said, let's say what's up to C-Kaz. What's up, C-Kaz? Dr. Shiva in the house. Dr. Shiva, I think I'm feeling a little weird right now because Bitcoin's pumping. I might need to see you. I'm just saying. Oh, Dr. Shiva, no Shiva. What's going on with Shiva, Dr. Shiva? Gmail Brown, downtown Gmail Brown. What's up, my man? In the house. Mario Christian, what's up, my man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. JC. JC is my brother. If y'all didn't know, now you know JC's a man. C-Kaz, Beekeeper 69. I'll tell you what, Beekeeper 69, today is St. Patrick's Day. And if anybody needs to know, I believe Beekeeper 69 is part leprechaun, because that brother's been lucky. He's been winning all the contests. So, Beekeeper 69, I need to take you to Vegas. Let me stop. Let's keep it going. Laurel Jack, what's up, my friend? Good to see you, Laurel Jack. Laurel Jack's in the house. Anthony Wanner, what's up, my man? Good to see you guys. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Let's see here. What do we got on Twitter? Let's see. Right now, you guys always make sure you guys follow my man Crypto Savvy. He's got some interesting perspectives on trading. He's very amazing when it comes to market analysis, technical analysis. You guys, a lot of you guys know that when I started with, like, around the time that JC did, we started with trading. I was a trader. That's why I started creating some of my gains. And then I realized, you know what? It's better to do your own research, do your own due diligence, be a great student. And as soon as I did that and start deep diving on coins and how amazing this industry is when everything changed. And then 3 years ago, based off of that, me and my wife start traveling the world, and that's what, I'll share that story. If you guys go back and look at our videos, you guys can see where we lived all over the country and stuff in our amazing journey in crypto. And then, after having success and having fun, and a lot of you guys, again, from my background in basketball as a motivational speaker and a business owner in California for 25 years, you can see all those videos on our previous shows. So let's keep it going, guys. Make sure you check out Crypto Savvy One, phenomenal guy with amazing perspective. Lady Crypto says, Bitcoin is once again showing the world that the incompetent U.S. government's attempt to destroy it only makes it stronger. You know what? I got to agree with that, Lady of Crypto. I have to. Look at Michael Saylor with this one. I don't, I never get tired of seeing this video. He says, Frankie offers a novel solution to the banking crisis. Frankie, tell us how you feel. Frankie with the Bitcoin, my man. Frankie, you tell him Bitcoin is the only way to go. Uh-oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put Tails up there. You guys, we always have to have our Tails music queued up. What's going on with that? I didn't even have that up there. Okay, my fault. Let's keep it going. Frankie, Bitcoin instead of banking. Frankie knows. Digital asset, wishing this year you see your dreams come true. You know what? That's very true, guys. That's why we're here, to help everyone live that life. That's right. Get to that position of an unlimited tomorrow. How do you do that? Crypto. That's not financial advice. Remember, we're just documenting our journey of evolution of money. We're not financial advisors. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Remember that. It's very important to do your own due diligence. The cover of Bitcoin Magazine at $40 exactly 10 years ago. Where were you at 10 years ago? I know I had more than $40. Good Lord. $40? It's funny because if you guys looked at some of our other Twitter feeds or other streams, you saw a couple articles where I posted where a guy was saying, God, Bitcoin's at 6 cents. Should I sell it? It got to $1. I bought it at 6 cents. Should I sell? And he was kind of having a problem, so he sold around 80 cents. And then, he bought back in. And then all of a sudden, all these years later, he was like, man, I can barely even afford to get like 2 Bitcoin. Lord. He said he had like 1,500 Bitcoin. Good Lord. That's crazy. Let's keep it going. Silicon Valley Bank officially files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Uh-oh. What's going on with banking, guys? Is this some kind of plot? Is this a government's like chess move to, attack Bitcoin and crypto? I don't know. Maybe. We'll talk about it. Let's see here. Let's keep it going here. Bitcoin Magazine, Coinbase potentially planning to start new Bitcoin crypto trading platform overseas. That's okay. That's pretty cool. Guys, if you get a chance, make sure you check out VV, all their incredible NFTs. We like VV a lot, but today we're going to be talking about what? Crow. And you guys know I think I have over 3,300 NFTs total, and I have a big amount of those on what? Crow. But the one thing I didn't know is about Boomer Squad, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Okay, guys, let's keep it going here. Michael says Bitcoin's the only way to go. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see what else we can cover real quick before we bring my brother on here. The U.S. drags. Okay, it says as the U.S. drags, stumbles, and fumbles its crypto regulation, its arch rival waits in its wing. Basically, guys, look, all around the world, everyone is embracing Bitcoin on a greater scale than, the U.S. Everyone kind of gives, El Salvador a bunch of crap. But you know what? I think those guys out there are smart. El Salvador, I'm telling you, if they don't get it right over here, I'm calling out, hey, babe. Pack your bags right out of here. Let me stop. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Okay, it says, Alcom Deli, some would rather have a $300,000 Lamborghini. I'd rather put $300,000 in the crypto market. I agree with that. Guys, also, come back, check us out tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We go live 7 days a week. We cover a coin a day, Monday through Friday. Saturday is called Saturday Vibes. Sunday is called Sunday Fun Day. I do a lot of celebrity interviews. If you guys go back through our stream, you'll see Antoine Tanner from Coach Carter. You'll see so many of you. We got hip hop artists. We got professional NFL, NBA players and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see those things, go back from my world of celebrity basketball and things that I used to play in. So if you guys don't want to see those streams, go to our YouTube channel and check out all those incredible interviews. They're there. Also, guys, again, tonight we'll be back live 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we'll be giving away not only the drawing that we do throughout the week, but we're also giving away some free XRP. That's right. Maybe we'll talk to ElderKarl about giving some stuff away with Boomer Squad. We'll see. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, let's keep it going. XRP. Uh-oh, to the moon. XRP, where's it at right now? Bullish C. Kaz, my man, says this is going to be an awesome interview. Make sure you show up. ElderKarl 68 and 68J are two of the hardest workers and most humble people I know in this space. You know what, guys? This is just for my man C. Kaz. C. Kaz, this is for you. Tell him.
Mercy was created to deceive the masses. Swift in other words, was not built to last. Stuck in rhymes, stuck in rhymes.
Tell.
Got 'em switching gears in Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying, money multiplying.
That's right. That's right. We got to show some love for our family members. Bullish C. Kaz, we appreciate you, my brother, for setting this whole thing up. All right, guys. So, guys, make sure you go to our Twitter. There's a lot of great information. I'll go back over it tonight. We'll go over a lot of stuff, a lot of sentiment that's going on right now, what's going on with bacon and so forth later tonight. But for right now, let's bring on my man, the one and only, ElderKarl. Are you there, my friend?
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good. It's been a while. I used to do a lot of YouTube live streams, and it's been a minute. So getting back into the swing of things, so it's good.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm sure you caught it. I want to ask some specific questions about your journey. I know it's kind of like our first time really officially meeting. My background is, played some pro ball for a while, been in business 25 years, motivational speaker, got into crypto in 17, semi-retired us about 3 years ago, started traveling the world with the wife, kind of moving from Hawaii to Vegas, here, there, and everything else. Now we're up in wine country. And I was co-hosting another show. And during the time that I co-hosted that show, I met C. Kaz, who's amazing individual, as is many of the IBF family members. And so after co-hosting that, the actual host of that show said, hey, man, I think you should start your own show based off the fact that I used to be a speaker. And I went from suit and ties to cornrows and sweatsuits, just hanging out and all because of crypto. So you got to love it, man. But so, yeah, I decided to start the show about 3 or 4 months ago, and it's been going great. A lot of great support. And it's because of individuals like you coming on sharing your story. So that's my background. But what I'm more interested in is hearing about you, what you do. And, before we get into Boomer Squad anything, just tell us about who ElderKarl is, your background, and we'll just kind of start from there.
Yeah, so I grew up in Chicago, pretty much my whole life outside of the city and suburbs, and in my fiat world, like my fiat job, everything I did in my career was based around like supply chain logistics.
Wow.
Pretty much that's my background. So currently, overseeing a pretty large warehousing and shipping and transportation operation for a pretty large company. And that's just always been my thing. I went to school to be a financial advisor.
Wow.
After like 5 minutes of interviewing, I was like, that's not my lifestyle. I'm not into that.
Right.
And it's just like supply chain logistics stuff made sense to me. It's all about like logic, solving problems, like organizing people, things like that. So, yeah, that was like that's kind of what I do there. And then I got into crypto right around like 2017. We had a few buddies that we hang out with online all the time, like, you know, Discord playing games or whatever. And
right.
heard of, you know, Bitcoin and other certain altcoins. And so like most people, I started on like centralized exchanges, like really basic stuff, you know, just like bought, you know, some Bitcoin on Coinbase or whatever at the time, and then started dipping my toes into altcoins. And then you start going down that rabbit hole of like just finding and exploring more and more things, right?
Right.
My first like true plunge into DeFi was probably when BNB released their smart chain back with like their Trust Wallet. Back then they had a ton of like DeFi protocols dropping, and that was like full on degen stuff. If anyone was around for that, that was like, you buy some, you know, crappy altcoin for whatever, right, for like 5 minutes, you put it into a farm, APYs are through the roof for like, right, 2 seconds. And
2 seconds.
It's just a rush. Yeah. Right. And so like, you know, you get wrecked in a few of those, and then you just kind of start diversifying around them.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for me is, you know, over the course of time, like just being around a lot of industry and just seeing a lot of different, how different industries operate, I just started to really think that like when you grow up and you're not working with like CEOs or like big executives, you have this like assumption that they're really got everything all together and they know everything and that they really have everything under control. But then the more you like interact with those people on a regular basis, you realize that there's a lot of people that have made it really far with not really having much, you know, going for them, I would say, like in that regard, right? So it started really questioning like everything in life, right, in terms of like how government is set up, how banking is set up, how right, businesses are set up. And so that just like really started to make me like look at everything differently, I guess. And that crypto is like that perfect kind of realm for you to, right, if your mind lets you wander, it's a perfect place to start going down a ton of different rabbit holes like that. So.
Yeah, and it never gets boring. I think, you know, it's funny hearing your story, because that's really where it started for a lot of us, where, you know, you get in and it's just like, I told my wife, it's like, I feel like, you know, basketball was like that one thing that used to keep me going. And then you know, I've had traditional businesses, but like crypto is a different high. And I say that in a very respectful way, because I don't get high, nothing like that. But in the sense that you can never get enough. Like I would find myself going to bed at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I'm like, dude, I just couldn't. And I remember when I started trading in 17 and I got involved, it got to the point where my wife had to tell me, honey, it's like you're overboard. And so I literally had to, then I went and opened up an office that was kind of about 15 minutes away from my house. And I would time it that during the day I was dad and husband and everything else, and, you know, and play with the dog. And when everyone went to sleep, even if my wife stayed up and watched a movie till 1, 2 in the morning, I would leave at 1, 2 in the morning and go to the office and be there till like 10, like, you know, the next day or something. I was just, I just got, it was just, to me, it was like, how could this be real? And sometimes, you know, you get in a position like you start making money, you're like, good Lord, is this even legal? Like, this is crazy. And so it was just so much fun doing that. And obviously, you know, getting into NFTs and stuff. So that's what I want to ask you next is, we know you got in around 17. When did you start looking at NFTs and taking that serious before, you know, your journey in where you're at now?
Yeah, so I learned about NFTs with like CryptoKitties like forever ago, okay, and I thought they were really stupid and dumb, and they didn't make any sense, right? Which I think most people's reactions were. And then I'm a pretty big gamer. I've always played video games my entire life, and it wasn't until like I started to make connections to video games and like, you know, skins and things like that, to where like, okay, I could see how there's a digital asset ownership, you know, the validity there, and then it made me start to look right. Up until that point. So that would have been, I don't even know, 21 or something like that, early 21. And that time frame, I really started to like actually take them seriously, as opposed to just saying like, hey, this is a stupid cat. That's a picture. It doesn't mean anything. Right. You know, for me, and I think the coolest thing about the space and things like that is like when I first got into NFTs and like really started to dig in, I immediately, my entire mindset was like, okay, it's all games, it's all digital assets. Like that's where the value is at. I could totally see that. Like myself was dumb enough to buy like a Counter-Strike skin for like, you know, $800 at one point, just because I really liked playing Counter-Strike. It meant nothing. It was worthless, right? But then you start to like see the like evolution of these things and realize that, you know what, I think there's a certain niche for games when it comes to NFTs. It makes a lot of sense. It's not, I don't think, what a lot of people think it is today, right? Games, I don't think, are going to be centered around NFTs that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think anything in the gaming space is going to be more about, you know, like smaller transactional type stuff,
right?
Giving users access to those things and et cetera. But I think it started to like you said, you start getting into the space and like starting to see what's around you, and you start seeing how it could be powerful. And I think the coolest thing with these is like I don't want to say every day because that would be baloney, but like, let's just say every month, every week or so, you hear of an idea or you see a concept and you're like, oh, I could actually see that making a lot of sense. Like the most recent was with like logistics and NFTs and like blockchain, just not necessarily NFTs, just blockchain in general, maybe putting, you know, border information on block, as opposed to like trying to have a truck driver print a sheet of paper, carry it to the border. If you don't have the sheet of paper that's signed by us, and again, people who don't know what I'm talking about may seem like really boring, but this is a huge pain in the ass at a shipper, right? You got to get all this paperwork and keep it. If it was all on block, it'd be a lot easier, you know, things like that. And so yeah, I don't know. That's for me. And then as we got into NFTs more and more, like that's where I spent all my time. Like I haven't traded crypto, like actual coins, in a long time, other than just holding, you know, for my longer term bags here.
Right.
Because it's all about seeing what's out there, seeing what other projects are doing. And that's even a whole different level of researching, because you got to go through Discords and listen to people talk. And it's just the space has changed a lot, right? Because early there wasn't a lot of Twitter spaces or people like publicly coming out and like trying to like push their project. It was more of like a behind the scenes, like anonymous type of business. And now it's way more out there. So that's how we got into them.
Yeah, and it's funny because, you know, hearing your story just starts drawing up things in my own mind. It's funny because coming up as a young man, before, you know, obviously getting into basketball, I was always into like, you know, Transformers and you know, cards, like you know, like the trading, like the Michael Jordan cards or the Larry Bird cards, or comic book. And I would get so pissed off because I had siblings, and, you know, I would have something that was so perfect, you know, and I would keep it a certain way, and all of a sudden I was like, you bent my stinking Jordan card, you tore my comic book. And so that to me was like that thing that stuck in my mind when NFTs came. And I think that's why I have probably close to 3,400, over 3,300 now, NFTs from different platforms. Because it allowed me to be a kid again. I'm like, man, I could get all, and I just went, like, I probably buy an NFT, I put this on everything, probably at least once every other day. And sometimes it's once a day. I just search for stuff to buy. And there was a moment that I went kind of bananas. There was like a month that I went crazy and probably bought like over 1,000, 1,500 NFTs. And it's just because it allows you to be a kid again. Like every comic I can get my head on, everything I can think of, you know, if it's, you know, whatever it is, a painting or a certain toy that I was like, oh my God, Voltron. I mean, you know, it's funny because here I am, a grown man, and it just brings back that child in you. So I think that's what really, you know, fascinated me with that industry. And like you, I haven't really traded a lot. And before we get into Boomer Squad, there's another question I want to ask you, because I want that to be the grand finale. There is that where are your thoughts at right now on the industry as a whole? Obviously, you've been around as long as I have, since 17. We haven't seen more crap happen in the last year with Celsius and Luna and FTX and just manipulation, and we've talked about it forever. And then you take all those things in crypto and then you add in what we've all known to be true, which is the corruption of banking and governments and agendas and you know, ElderKarl, I know we just got connected, but now we're family, and I'm gonna make sure I stay connected to you and start working with you on Boomer Squad, because it's something I've always wanted to get more involved in. And I know CKaz has told me about it, but now that I've got the connection, I want to stay connected to you and really invest in that. But one of the things I was going to say is I think never, you know, when you look at all the corruption that's gone on, it really has, I guess, validated crypto as a whole, right? All the stuff that's going on, it just brings in more and more validation. And you start seeing all these sneaky things that are going on, you know, banks collapsing all of a sudden and bailouts, you know, all these things. And, you know, it just kind of lets people know that I think we're in a position now that we'll never be in again, where this might be the greatest, first of all, it is the greatest opportunity we've ever seen in the history of the world, because it allows all of us to dream again. And I talk about this on my show all the time. It allows us to not only dream that we can be great, but do so without having to worry about catching a football or playing basketball or singing or rapping or this and that. I mean, anybody can do this. And I think that's what's really, really exciting for me is to see that that this is something that can change my family's life, which it already has, and and many other people's that's what kind of prompted me to start my own YouTube channel. I said, man, this is going to be amazing because I can go back and give back. You can't teach people how to be 6'8", or dunk a ball like I did back then. Can't teach a person overnight what you did that took you so many years to master in your craft of work. But anybody can learn this. Anybody can be a part of it. And so I just want you to talk about your thoughts on where we're at. Do you see, and again, I know you can't predict anything, do you see more downside? Because I always tell people, be very careful about these pumps. We are in a bear market right now. I always tell people the trend is our friend until otherwise invalidated. So many people get ruined and wrecked because they go all in, and then all of a sudden we do have some. And the thing I also want to say before you respond is, how can it be so much chaos and corruption and uncertainty about a recession, depression, and what the government's doing with banking, and we think that it's time to go to the roof? I'm kind of conflicted on that, because even though I think Kathy Woods at ARK Investments is right, that she says, in 7 years we could see a $1.7 million Bitcoin. Michael Saylor says he sees it being 5 million in 17 years. Some people going as far as 10 million. When you look at, a lot of the big institutional money coming into the ecosystem as a whole, I see that, and man, I buy into it, and I'm there singing hallelujah with everybody else. But the problem that I have is I think we have some rough times ahead before we get there. Your thoughts, and I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm with you. I don't think. I mean, it's nice when we have like short-term relief, like little pops here and there. But I mean, if you look at, put it this way, and I obviously don't want to. This is my opinion, obviously, in the same breath, right? But from thinking outside of crypto, just thinking like of macro, what's going on in the world around us, it's not looking good for the next 6 to 12 months, right? So the reality of the situation is that people need to pay their mortgage, they need to feed their kids, they need to pay their bills, they need to do these things. And, you might want to hodl your Bitcoin forever, but if you're sitting without a job because the company you work for is no longer there or whatever, and you don't have a choice,
that's right.
I would assume most people would, make that decision in that way. I think, obviously anything could happen, but I think it's going to be a while before crypto like breaks away entirely from like what's happening in like your typical, fiat markets and things like that. I think it'll always be somewhat tied to it, because it's people. People is the thing that makes these things move, not necessarily markets, right?
That's right.
As far as where we're at, like, I think what's happened recently is with like FTX and Celsius and Luna and all these things, is it's shown people that kind of like it brings you back to the whole point of DeFi in the first place. That's the whole point of like Bitcoin is all of these things are failing because the reality of the situation is that when people get a lot of money, or they get access to a lot of money, or they see a path to have a lot of money, sometimes, not all the time, but there are people that make really bad decisions. Those decisions lead to people getting wrecked.
Right.
If FTX was a decentralized place that everybody could see what was going on, and you didn't have a very small select people with their hands in the cookie jar all the time, then that shit wouldn't have happened, right? But it's because it is a centralized activity, and that's the thing that always gets me when I watch, like, I'm big on like reading up on like cease and desist orders or court cases, or watching just hearings over on like Capitol Hill. And the thing that drives me crazy is a lot of people in those seats that are listening to hearings and listening to things that are going on are like, hey, this is why crypto is dangerous, and this is why this is a bad thing for people, even though they don't give a shit about that. They just want your money for taxes, right? That's the biggest thing they care about. The thing that drives me nuts is like the reason why those things failed is because they're functioning like things function today in the world today. Right, it's because you have bad actors who are doing bad things behind closed doors that nobody knows about. It's not like really crypto. It's just on block in some way, shape, or form. It's facilitating crypto,
That's
but it's not crypto doing it.
And I love your mindset on that, because it's kind of like when USDC depegged last week, right? I kept telling people, I was like, look, guys, you guys don't understand. People freaked out. There's people who actually sold for a loss. And I cannot believe, I was like, oh my God, some of the numbers that were being shown that people actually took massive losses. And I told people, I said, look, guys, USDC didn't fail. The bank failed. And because it had, and then all of a sudden you start having, Brad Garlinghouse saying, hey, we got XRP in there. I mean, XRP had some money in there, and you had different, a lot of crypto platforms that had money, and a lot of them didn't speak out, I think, in fear of, people, the FUD, and, you see how quickly they were ready to persecute USDC. But at the end of the day, the point I'm trying to make is just there is, and just kind of feeding off what you're saying, there is a lot of corruption. I think, again, not to get too much into it, but I think SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried saw an opportunity to, from a greedy perspective, it still floors me how somebody like you and I, if we don't pay our crypto taxes, they're ready to throw us away for 10 years. But this guy is playing PlayStation in his living room. I just can't, I don't even get that. So obviously there's a lot more that's going to play out. There's a lot more that's going to play out. And I just, like I said, it's not FUD. I'm one of those guys, ElderKarl, is me and you get to know each other. I'm a real guy. And it's not real because I'm on YouTube. Like, you can go back to my YouTube and Facebook and see 25 years or however long it's been in existence of me being on some of the biggest stages, speaking to people about mindset, wealth. That's what I used to teach,
Sure.
Building relationships. And so I say that because I sincerely care about people. I'm a people's person. And the thing that scares me about this industry, and I'm sure you can agree with this, being in as long as you have, as I've seen people go out and mortgage their houses, sell their cars, and it kind of goes back to what you're saying. You have to take care of your family first. I know the old saying is never invest more than you can lose, and that's so true, meaning that it's not so much about losing, which in some aspects, I mean, I say this to you being around 2017, some of the top 30 coins, 20 coins aren't even here anymore. If you remember that, they're gone. And so that's why we have to be careful, because FTX was top 20 and Celsius and Luna. So you just gotta be careful. You can't go all in. You gotta do your own research. You gotta be a great student. Remember, this is your money and your family's financial future. And so many times, I want you to respond to this, people are looking for a get rich quick, this is gonna change everything. I don't wanna work at this job no more. And even though that is the case, if you look at this from a fundamental perspective as far as long term, look at what all the big money's saying, a $1.7 million Bitcoin, a $5 million. It just takes time. Don't try to rush it. Now, there are altcoins that can make you wealthy quick. I've invested in some and had the luxury of buying billions of Shiba when it came out, and all these Doge and all this stuff that, obviously did some, and DOT when it, went down and redenominated to $3 and bought a buttload of that. The point I'm trying to make is it can happen, but typically it happens to the people who are great students. And for everyone else, I would say be a great student and just have a plan. If you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. So just your take on that, and then the next thing I want to go to after you answer this, is to my question to be about Boome rSquad. So just your take on that. If you will.
I mean, so first off, if at another time you want to get real tinfoil hatty, I can talk about USDC and what happened there, because I got some crazy theories.
We're open forum here.
but in terms of like this concept, I think the thing for me that I learned very quickly, and the best example, and you typically learn by losing, right? Like, that's your failing is a great teacher. And when I was talking about like the trust wallet situation, and when you have all these like things pop up and you see people like, oh, I made $50,000, $100,000, the minute everybody's figured it out, right? And there's a project called Goose on Trust that was probably like just a back to back of like getting my ass kicked of like, oh, this happened, now I know how to do it on the next time. I do that on the next time, but the thing is everybody now is thinking like I'm thinking, because they see the formula, right?
That's right.
So then, and that doesn't work anymore. So like the minute that everybody's got something figured out is typically when bad things happen to masses, because again, you can't just flip things into forever and just start making money like it's nothing. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, it needs to come from somewhere. It needs to be like truly organic. And so when you have these massive pumps like we had through before this bear, like where everything was going crazy, you have NFTs going for ridiculous amounts of money. You have any altcoin you can drop on the ground. I mean, there's memes on TikTok you can go through where somebody made a coin as a joke and woke up and the thing had like a $10 million market cap in like 6 hours, right? And they didn't even do anything. He just literally made the coin.
That's right.
When that stuff like eventually comes to fruition, there's a pretty big wash of all that stuff out. And so the minute, like, there's a lot of things, like FTX is a great example, where people say like, oh, this is never gonna go bad, this is like your safest investment. Like, there's always those things always exist, and there are a lot that make it, and that is true for. However, there's plenty that were called the safest thing ever that end up failing, because you don't know what's going on behind any of these companies. Like, you just don't. You don't know what's going on behind the coins. You don't know if tomorrow Gary Gensler is going to get approval to ban Shiba Inu forever, right? Like, who the hell knows? Like, It's not saying that it's going to happen, but you have no control. So my whole thing has always been, and this goes for anything in crypto, this is way bigger for me in like my work life, throughout my entire career with people that I work with has always been like, I find that when people focus on things they cannot control,
That's right.
is when you end up like missing out or like wasting your time. So for me, my message to people typically is focus on what you can control, put your energy in places that you have control of. And that would be, like you said, like making sure you're doing as much as you can to looking into these things. Listening to people talk is a big thing. Like there's tons of people where it's like, hey, I'm really excited about this NFT project. I am just going to buy a ton of it. That's totally fine. If you want to degen, that's your prerogative. But if you maybe jump into space and listen to the founder talk and see how he's articulating his message and how he's speaking and how he treats other people, like, and you're starting to get like, yeah, maybe I'm not really like, would I buy anything from this person if it wasn't already something I was excited about? That's maybe right. Not. Like that's where you can control on those things. And so I don't know. To answer your question, like altogether, it's just, I think people have a long way to go. It's going to be a long road. If crypto is supposed to be here for the long haul and for the future, then we're still at like the finest amount of time at the beginning, and there's still so much length to go. So
absolutely.
Yeah, getting rich quick is not easy. If it was easy, then everybody would be rich.
And the other thing that you just said too, before I go into it, let me say this, guys. First of all, thank you so much, guys. Shouts out to Bullish Kenny G for gifting Ckez, my man, who brought me and you together, a free membership to the channel. Thank you so much, Bullish Kenny G. Ckez, one of our great supporters, man. I got a lot of love for that brother. Thank you guys. You guys are, man, I'm going to play Crypto Tales a little bit later in honor of you guys, but I want to stay on point with this. But congratulations to Ckez, and thank you so much, Bullish Kenny G. You are the man. I appreciate you, my brother. So what you're saying is on point. And the one thing that we all have to remember, guys, and I'm so happy that ElderKarl just jarred this in my memory. For everybody that's good in this crypto space, like me and ElderKarl, there's 10 scammers out there waiting to take your money. You have to be careful, guys. You have to be careful when buying NFTs. You know what, ElderKarl, I got this philosophy called the 70-20-10 dollar cost average investment strategy in crypto. And I came up with it because I got wrecked early on. I told the story some time ago how when I was trading, I ran up to my wife and said, "Oh my God, honey, I made $223,000." It was like in a week, right, off of a trade. And my kid, we were all high-fiving, and because I didn't understand the concept of taking profit, and I just thought it's just going to keep going. It's going to keep going. I woke up a few days later and it was down 150 grand. And I remember sitting in the bed like a baby with my thumb in my mouth, just going, I didn't want anybody touching me. I was just so pissed off. And that helped me develop my 70-20-10 dollar cost average and my 25-25-50 take profit. And so there's a strategy to that, and I've talked about it on one of my other videos on my YouTube. But it's important to not only understand how to take profit, but also a lot of my pain came from being scammed. Like I've been scammed on NFTs. I've been scammed. So we have to be careful. I remember when I first moved out, and I'm gonna say this quickly. I moved out to wine country where I'm at now. Me and my wife are just walking down the street, and we walked into this karaoke bar. And this is the honest God truth. And everyone's saying, "Hey, I'm 6'8", so everybody walks. Hey, you play basketball? Yeah, I play well. So I meet this guy, this gentleman in there. And he's just start talking about, I always wear crypto shirts, and I think at the time I might have had a Bitcoin hat on. And he goes, "You're into crypto?" I said, "Yeah." So he starts talking about his crypto journey. And he was drinking, so I think he got comfortable with me. And I had like a cherry cocoa. I'm not a big drinker. And he started telling me about how him and some of his Silicon Valley friends would create these coins. And would have them go for a while, and they knew everything to do, and this and that, and people would get in, and they would just rug them. And he started naming ElderKarl projects, and I got pissed because one of the projects that he named I had bought into, and I'm thinking, I'm thinking, what's the chances out of everywhere in the world I would walk into a freaking karaoke bar and meet a guy that said a name of a coin. And the coin is irrelevant, but he said the name of the coin, and I was like, and I don't believe in God, but I want to choke the life out of this guy and it wasn't even a big bet, but all I could think of all the people that he hurt. It wasn't about me.
Oh yeah.
And then it just put into perspective. He was like, "Oh, we did this, and I bought this, and I bought this, and I bought cars," and it just made me think, my God, there's so many stinking scammers out here. And just to meet one, real life I couldn't believe that had happened. But anyways, so that's just my little story about meeting someone who gets started.
You were in Silicon Valley, so you had a higher chance of running into somebody like that.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what, and that's why I had to credit it to. I was like, good Lord, what's the chance of this? So, but anyways, man, so you got in 17. Your background is phenomenal. What I've heard from people in the space, because before I bring people on, a lot of times I try to get a little bit of insight. You're extremely respected, very well looked up to by a lot of people in the industry that just love your mindset and your involvement in what you're doing. So explain to me how everything that you've done, your investments, your success, your journey led you into rSquad, and why are people so excited about this thing, man? I mean, is it because it's on Crow? Is it because it's, I mean, can you kind of explain to us how did it start? How'd you get involved, and why is everyone so hyped? And then where do you see this thing going? Because I want in.
Sure. So, I mean, like I said, we have my group of buddies that I've known for a long time. That's all the core team is people that I've been around with, and I would consider my best friends for like over 10 years now.
Okay.
Some of them even longer than that. And like anything else, like you hang out with your friends and you talk about whatever you're in, and we're like looking at different projects or different NFT stuff. And just over the course of time, we did always talked about doing something. Just like I get shooting the shit, I guess I'd put it, is like, right. Hey, what if we did this? And then you kind of start getting into those talking sessions where you're kind of like spiraling into like, okay, well, if we did this, then we should, this should be a part of it. Then what if we had this part of the thing? And we just started getting really excited about it and never really wanted to take the plunge on it. And then at just one point we decided, hey, let's just do it. Let's try to build something. And we had a pretty good range of expertise in the team. So like myself, I'm not like a developer or anything, but my whole background is based around just organizing people, keeping things moving forward, just like kind of getting teams to like hit goals and be successful is like my background. We had a couple people on the team that were like actual developers, not people that looked up how to fork a 721 NFT contract, like people that had like paid jobs working in development. We had people that were in marketing, and we had people that had started their own businesses and still run their own businesses. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. And so we put the idea together. We picked Crow because of one simple fact, and that was we wanted to be, there's two reasons. One, we know we couldn't do something that was like a hype train type of project. Like we definitely didn't, it's not in me to be that person. Even if I wanted to, it's not my personality. I'm horrible at like, put me in a Twitter space, and if I have nothing to say, like you'll just be dead air for like 30 seconds a minute. Like I have to be talking about something to talk. So like for like an ETH drop, that really doesn't work too well because you have to be grabby, you have to get people's attention, things like that. And also for the fact that like we wanted our product to be built on real expectations where, like when people over speculate on like what our project is going to do or things like that, like we typically will correct anything that gets like too wild, right? If somebody in Discord is like, oh, my NFT is going to be worth $50 million one day, I'd be like, right. Probably not. This is why, and here's, I might be obviously, but who the hell knows? I don't think. I'm not letting people just run rampant, and that's the type of stuff you need in the bigger chain. So, Crow was a pick for one because it was smaller. Two, we wanted to keep realistic expectations, keep everything transparent, and three, the biggest reason was because it was close to Crypto.com. So, if those that don't know, Cronos would be the kind of DeFi sister network to Crypto.com.
Right.
And to people in crypto, that's like, why the hell would you do that? Crypto.com sucks. Coinbase sucks. All these centralized places suck. I want to keep my stuff on DeFi. The reality is for us, we looked at this situation pretty clearly, which is if you look at everybody in the world that exists today, the number of people that are in crypto is a small number of people. The number of people that from that number that are in DeFi and not just on exchanges right. is even smaller. And then you cut that even a notch further down, people in NFTs is an even smaller number than that, right? So we're like a niche of a niche of a niche at this point.
Right.
And so we wanted to be best positioned to where in the future, as more people become adopted into NFTs or crypto or things like that, we wanted to be as closely a close proximity to where we think the onboarding will happen. And in most cases, it's going to be either Binance, Crypto.com, or Coinbase. Those are the three places it's going to happen. And for most people, like the first time, Joe Schmo on the street is going to open up buy crypto is going to be from opening up a MetaMask and onboarding through. He's going to go through one of those centralized places. So
that's right.
That's why we picked Crow. and we want to be there for the future. Not really worried about having like massive numbers right now, because the people that are in crypto right now are like peanuts compared to what is coming eventually in the next 5-10 years, kind of thing. Is kind of how we pick that chain.
Well, I really like Crow a lot, crypto.com, and I personally think it's probably one of the biggest kept secrets, which I don't even know how you can say it's a big kept secret, but I guess that's predicated off the price. Like I'm dumbfounded in many ways, and I understand Binance has BSC and a lot of stuff that they got going on right now with the Binance chain, but they got the card, they got the NFTs, they've got so many different things that that are attractive. They're able to help customers here in the U.S. and I just think that's huge. And again, there's still a lot of uncertainty on why you can't really access Binance without VPN. I don't want to get into that because I don't want to put FUD on that. But there's so much speculation with that. But I think I feel comfortable looking at all the things they're doing here in the U.S. whether it's MMA, whether it's all the different sports teams, whether you go to the day that they actually officially launched. Me and my wife specifically bought tickets to the Lakers game the day it was Christmas Day. I wanted to be there. I remember being there. It was Kevin Hart right there and everything else, and I was so excited. I was like, I'll pay any amount of money to be there just so I could say I could be a part of that history of them taking over the Staples Center. So I'm a big believer, big investor. Love the platform. And so it's natural that I wanted to hear more about Boome rSquad and what you guys were doing. And I think in the early stages, I remember seeing it back when I was co-hosting with the IBF family. I saw that there was like rooms people were building and all these different, and I'm like, what's going on? And there's just so much hype, and it was like, it was one of the things that I wanted to get in, but it just kept expanding. I'm like, good Lord, I like, what do I do? Like, how do I, where do I start? And so, but I could just see so many people hyped up, and I said, I definitely want to look at this more. And then CKEZ said, hey man, you got to get with ElderKarl, and so here we are after a couple tries of getting on board, and I'm so happy we did. So where do you see obviously the future of Boome rSquad going, and what are you guys doing right now as far as just adoption? What else do you guys got coming? Anything that maybe you could talk about? And are you guys going to be in LA at this NFT event or any other events that's coming up?
Yeah, so as far as events go, we'll be at the Game Developer Conference next week, actually, in San Francisco. It's actually going on the same time as NFT LA, I think.
No,
we'll be in San Fran next week on Monday.
Okay, what is that called?
GDC, Game Developer Conference up there.
Okay, so is that more towards gaming and not so much NFTs?
Yeah, correct. But they have, so this is actually where, speaking of like conventions and things like that, like that's to me like the best places to be is like where you have good adjacent industries that could like start working. Like I go because I went to NFT NYC last year. I'll probably go again this year. But like everyone there is already in. They're there. Like I like talking to people that are less informed, maybe are kind of interested in thinking about it, right? Because that's where a lot of the opportunity is. So we'll be at Game Developer Conference with Kronos. They'll be there. They'll have a couple other Kronos projects there as well.
Really? Okay.
And I think they're trying to recruit developers to build on Kronos for games and stuff. So it'll be a good opportunity to like see, what other people, because it's important for like if you really care about the space and to anyone like or wants to build in the space, like start getting opinions of blockchain and NFTs and crypto and from people that aren't here, because that's like really where the opportunity is, right? And so like understanding what's preventing them from coming and what is it that they don't like about the space that they're not here already for. Obviously you need to like care about the people that are here, but these people here get it. Like, they're either, they're already here for the reasons that we talked about earlier. So for us, like we picked GDC to go with Kronos because they asked for us. And then, like I said, we'll be at NFT NYC whenever that is, like in the middle of April.
No, so this is going to be, do you have the dates for that by any chance?
For NYC?
Oh, no, the one right here in San Francisco. You have the dates for that?
Yeah, that's Monday. It's the 20th, I think, is this upcoming Monday.
Okay,
Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday is just speaking. And then, so like, if you want to go to like actually meet people, like we'll be there in Kronos. That's starting on Wednesday. So the expo is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
And we'll be there when.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if anybody want to come down and meet you, just so people know, it's March the 22nd,
Yeah.
23rd, 24th. Does it cost to get into the event?
It does, but I mean, we'll be around. Like, I mean, you can only be in those conventions for so long throughout the day, right? So, like, I was last time we were in NFT NYC, there wasn't a ton of people from our community there, but I'll also do the same thing now, where I'll say like, hey, you want a business meeting, you want to catch a lunch or whatever, like, I'll be in San Francisco Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll be there next week, and I'll be at the booth on Wednesday because I'm
Just for
flying
the
home on Thursday.
just for those who are tuned in, do you know what the cost is to get into the event?
I want to say it's like $250. I want to say.
Okay. So for
For just
anybody
the
listening, $250, you're able to go out there and meet ElderKarl. I think it's funny because I was going to go out to LA to the NFT event just because I'm, with the new channel and everything, I'm trying to get out there and just,
Sure.
network and things like that. But I would love to go out there and meet you guys in Kronos because going to LA is about a 9-hour from where I'm at, whereas going to see you guys would be about an hour, and I like an hour better than 9. So I might
Yeah,
actually.
hit me up. We could talk. We could talk offline. I can get you in contact with Kronos because I think they have extra tickets for other like projects and stuff. So I can hook you up with them and see what they can do.
Done. I'll definitely make a commitment to go out there. That way I can take some pictures with you guys and network and hang out and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll have to come back and do this again. So I'm excited about that. And then also, like, where are you guys going? Because now, here's what I want to ask you. Do you have the ability, if I share my screen, do you have anything you can show us as far as Boomer Squad and maybe explain some more?
I can tell you where to go.
Okay,
yeah, you're on my iPad, so I can't do shit here.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, no worries. So is there anything I can pull up that maybe because I'm on I see your Twitter right now. Is there something on there like?
Yeah, go to our website first.
Where it says at Boomer Squad NFT. Okay. Okay, it looks like this is another Twitter here. So let me go back here.
Just a boomersquad.io.
Okay, let me do that real quick. Okay, guys, let me.
So I think as you pull it up, I think for those that don't know, everything we kind of do is on our boomers is pretty simple. So the boomer NFTs were pretty basic in that everything that we build in our umbrella of our project, whether it's boom rooms, zoomers, on-chain games, we do raffles, things like that. All of that feedback and will always kind of benefit the boomers. Like, we think of like boomers as like the trunk of our tree, and we have all these different branches of things in our ecosystem that kind of work and function with each other.
Right.
So as far as a boomer goes, you simply hold it, you leave it in your wallet, and that's all you need to do. And then you get airdrops, whitelisting. You have something what we call a mattress fund, which is where we take a pay splitter account. So normally it's pretty typical for projects to do something like staking your NFT and you get like a certain amount of coins back or whatever. Okay. We developed a pay splitter to where you actually don't need to stake your NFTs because we wanted to kind of emphasize this concept of you holding onto your assets. And so basically when you have them in your wallet, you can just go to our website and the My Boomers page, which you won't see anything when you go there right now. And it'll basically just tell you how much crow you can take from the mattress fund based off of how many boomers you have and how much scratch, which is our utility token, you can take for yourself as well. But if you go to explore there on the top, and basically sorry, Pawn Shop, I'm watching your YouTube, so I'm delayed. So
yeah, no worries.
Like,
no worries.
You're not moving yet.
No worries.
But I think the coolest thing for us is like we just like building cool things. So we did right out of the gate when we first launched, we did something called Chow Time, which was an on-chain game. It was like a marketplace arbitrage game. It was an event-based thing where you took a bunch of food NFTs, like a plate, a steak, drink, broccoli, or whatever, and then you combine them and you turn them in for a crow. And that was like the way the game worked. And depending on where the game comes in is those ingredients value changed over the course of the game. So you had to kind of like strategize when was the best time to turn in steak and when was the best time to turn in like ice cream and all that stuff. And it was a cool thing. Everyone really liked it. It was just like a 30-day kind of like to see how people would react to something like that, right? People were like all over that. Wow. So we'll be doing that again here in a couple of months. We have boom rooms, which I don't have time to go through all that stuff because the boom rooms are crazy, but essentially a boom room is a fully customizable NFT. Think of like your NFT as a room, it's an empty room, and it has all of its properties are empty, and that's where you put like your furniture. So like your bed, your walls, your building, your whatever, all of those furniture components are also customizable in the sense that you can combine them however you want. So there's like
wow.
an ice bed with a forest pillow and a cave accessory, whatever. All that stuff matters because depending on how well you construct this stuff all together, you basically get a certain amount of points, and those points determine versus the rest of the ecosystem that has rooms, how much of our utility token you earn, because our utility token is being distributed evenly over the course of 5 years. So it's a super in-depth thing.
That's ingenious.
It's like that Boome Room. That Boome Room drop was like 16 contracts that are all talking together at like one time when it runs.
Wow.
And they're all like, you're basically taking these NFTs and combining them, burning them, making new stuff. You get to, when you finally make your room, you get to take all the assets instead of it just being a generic image. You get all the assets on your screen and you get to place them on the image wherever you want. So you could put your bed like up on the top. You could make your bed really small, really big. You could fully customize the image as well on top of that. And so those have been going around for a while. And then we have things like, we have like raffles for our utility token. We have games like bingo, things like that. We have our upcoming Zoomer drop, which is going to be our kind of gaming branch of our ecosystem. And when we talk about games, it's not like Skyrim, things like that. We're not going to pretend to make anything like that. Everything we do is going to be more around like what I would call like either a degenerate type of game or a chess type of game. So it's either something that you got to think a lot about or just have some stupid fun with. And so Chow Time is one of those examples where it's played on block. It's all done through your browser. It's not like a highly graphic, intense type experience, but for those that played it, had to like think about what they were doing and strategize and see how the game was being played to make decisions. That's the type of stuff that we call for our games, essentially.
Now, when I'm connecting to this, if I want to go invest, it has Connect Wallet. What wallet can I connect to?
If you have a MetaMask or the DeFi wallet, is fine. Those two. Actually, Wallet Connect will work as well if you have some other wallets. Nice. All those should work okay.
Okay.
I think like I said, for us, the best place to start, if you see a book, for anyone who's like really interested in getting deep into it, the book at the top browser, that's our gift book. And it gives you everything that we've done, gives you everything that we've kind of planned, all of our light papers, all of our documentation.
Oh, wow.
We post our financial records every 6 months. We post like how we've kind of distributed the revenue that we've gotten, where it's been spent, how much the team has taken, et cetera, things like that.
Wow.
So like most people, when they start going through that gift book, probably spend like, it takes probably like an hour to maybe 2 to like consume all that stuff that's in there. And we're still kind of just building on it because it's like our biggest repository of information. And like I said, we want to be like pretty open and honest about what we're doing. So it's all in here. But I think the other cool thing that we have, I'm just rambling at this point because it's so hard after, like when you first start, right? And you're like, hey, we got this concept, we got this idea. Like a whole year later, we've got so much stuff in here. It's hard to like summarize it in there.
Right.
But we have a 3PL that we just started as well. So because I'm a nerd and I like logistics type stuff, right? So when it worked. But a base like this hat here that I have on, my hat here is going to show. Like this was free merch that we gave to all our holders.
Oh wow!
It's a really cool hat. It's hard to see it's got the underbills, like the matrix background and things like that. But this concept of offering people who have real life products a platform for them to sell them without having to have their own website. So we're not going to compete to be eBay or something like that. So like we have people who may make, like little figurines or 3D print NFTs or, I've been playing with stuff myself. I got another room of like getting NFTs printed out on like frames and things like that, where you can go to our website and pay for them on block. Right. And you could pay for them with crypto. And then you give us your shipping address and payments off block. So your payments to us with your wallet that ties to the product is separate from like the shipping information. We don't store shipping information. It's just a nice kind of like mixture of a centralized, decentralized version of like eBay or Amazon type thing. So we're basically building a ton of branches of things that we just want to build cool stuff, and all of it feeds the boomers is essentially the core of it in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, there's a ton in there. If anyone's really interested, wants to go into it, they can pop in Discord or hit us up on Twitter. We typically talk, like, I want to say the last time we did like a deep dive summary of the project, it was like a 2.5 hour space, Twitter space, just kind of like talking through everything.
I love it because I like anything that it just seems like there's endless things that you can get into and explore and buy and just be a part of. And so I definitely can see how CCAS and so many are you're very excited. And I'm the same way, man. I love being, it's one thing to buy an NFT, but I like being able to dig deeper and be more a part of it. So I think this is definitely gonna be a great fit. And I'm gonna have CCAS kind of walk me through all this stuff. So this is exciting. You got a lot of love, man. M Spicer showing his love for you. CCAS, obviously, Lazy Hustler. You got a lot of support here. So we definitely appreciate you being here. Anything else you want to add? I definitely want to come to the event and meet with you guys. So I can almost say that's a definite. I'm gonna be out there because it just makes sense. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was kind of trying to figure out how everything would work with me and my wife's schedule to get to LA. And so this is just going to be easy because it's skipping hot down the way. So look forward to seeing you guys up there, and I look forward to getting that message with all the details. Anything else you want to add in regards to this incredible project? And for those of you guys who are listening today, again, not financial advice, but I'm definitely going to invest in this. It's a long time coming. My hat's off to meeting you, and I think it really just gives me more validation about you, your team, the journey that you guys have had in creating all this, and it just looks phenomenal. I mean, just next level graphics. It's exciting, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun messing around with it for sure.
Yeah. No, thanks. I think the thing that I didn't really go through much is we have our Zoomers, which is that's coming up next week.
Okay.
One of the coolest parts about those is when you get that NFT, we'll have introducing something called variants with them.
Okay.
So you think of an NFT and you have like your typical traits like skin, outfit, background, shit like that, right? We have 2 artists making 2 collections for that NFT, and you'll be able to switch between the 2 images, whichever one you like better, with the same single NFT. So when you mint that one, you'll get an in-game version, which is a Zoomer sitting at an arcade playing like an old Doom game or something like that, right?
That's awesome.
And then you'll have the in-game version, which is a Zoomer like in Doom shooting like a monster that's like a Doom monster, basically. And then we'll have a third variant, which is him like a close-up PFP version, because one of the biggest complaints with our collection is we do weird art.
Right.
So like it's not like your typical like waist high PFP type stuff. It's like full body type stuff at some point. And then the 4th version will be a mintable like roll on a rarity. So like you think of like baseball cards, Pokemon cards that you talked about, where you get like there might be a rare Charizard, but then there's the rare hollow version of that. You can get a hollow version through this as a variant. And so when you have this one NFT, you'll be able to go to our website without any cost. You just have to sign a transaction to basically switch which one you want it to show. It'll change it on block. The metadata will update real time, and you'll basically be able to have like you're minting one, but you're getting 2 artists worth of work in terms of the artwork and things like that. And there's other benefits with Zoomers, but that's like everything we drop on. We're not artists, so we just come up with really annoying things for our developer to make, because he doesn't like when I come up with shit for him to like the code. But like every drop we've done from an art perspective has had a wrinkle that we think is cool. The Boomers was this full-size thing where they're doing an action. Boom Rooms was fully customizable, do whatever you want.
Wow.
Zoomers' wrinkle that makes it cool is this: you get multiple art versions. It's the same NFT, the same traits, but you're getting kind of like 2 different versions of it, at least, if not 4, depending on what you do. So
nice. Well, guys, I want to take this time to thank my man, my new family member, ElderKarl, for being on the show. I'm officially a part of the Boomer Squad family. Make sure you go to ElderKarl's Twitter page, guys. I got it pulled up right here. Follow him. He's amazing. I've heard nothing but great things about him. Also, make sure you go over to Boomer Squad. Get on board with this thing before the market blows up. Again, not financial advice, but I'm about to take a big, deep dive into this thing and have a lot of fun with it. We appreciate you being on, man. Definitely a lot of love, and I look forward to seeing you there in San Francisco.
Yeah, I appreciate the time. Seriously, I know what it's like to host this type of stuff. I know you guys put a ton of work in. You guys, honestly, like, this is not like ball fanning, giving too much flowers. Like, people like you that host content and create content for people, like, is a big part of our ecosystem, and I feel like are pretty under-supported generally for the most part. So I appreciate anybody that does what you're doing, and you do a great job. I started watching your stuff from here and there when CKES referenced it. I don't got time to watch you stream way too much to check everything. But I've seen you. I appreciate the work.
I appreciate it, man. And you know, we're just getting started. Like I said, 3 or 4 months in, but my biggest thing is just to be authentic, grow organically. I always say never sacrifice integrity for growth. And then I think we'll be able to do that through people like yourself and your incredible platform, Boomer Squad, and the ecosystem. So thank you so much for being on, my brother. Much respect. And we'll see you in San Francisco. Yep. Don't forget to send me that information.
I got you. I got it on my list right here, so we're good.
All right, guys. This is your man, ElderKarl. Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
All right, brother. Later. So, guys, we're going to do the giveaway right after this. Before we do, let me make sure I show a lot of love to CKaz. Thank you so much, my brother, for putting this together. Corrado, what's up, my man? Thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do some XRP giveaway right now. A10ZA, welcome. I appreciate you being part of our amazing family. Lazy Hustler. You know Lazy Hustler is a straight hustler. What's up, my friend? How you doing? We appreciate you being here. CKaz with the super chat, man. I appreciate you. I'm so excited to see that star next to your name, guys. Definitely appreciate the super chat for anybody who wants to be a part of our family. You can do so just by tuning in. You can also become a member. I think it's like $1.99, $1.99, something like that, $2.99 a month. But definitely just being here, we'll appreciate you. Go over to our Telegram group. You can definitely check out our Crypto for Life merchandise. My name is James, aka 68J. I've been in crypto since 2017, ex-pro ball player, ex-speaker, motivational speaker, and business owner for over 25 years. And we have done very well in crypto, and we're here to share that with you and cover amazing projects, do charitable work, give back. We just love this industry, guys, and we love anybody that's a part of it. And I like to say congratulations to you if you're in crypto. You're part of the 5%ers, guys. And remember, 5% of humanity, only 5% is involved in crypto. That's you. And for you, I want to make sure I say congratulations. Tails, let them know how we feel.
Rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, basing let money go. Swimming in the dough as you see gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow.
You guys are legends, and congratulations again for all that you're doing in crypto and for your families. This is for your family's future. M. Spicer, what's up, my friend? Appreciate you for being here. Anthony Wanner, CKaz is the man. Beekeeper69, Bullish Kenny G. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. So let's get into it. Shane Sullivan, what's up, my man? All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the giveaways, guys. So all you have to do is put in C for L. If you win, I need you to send me over your XRP address. And if you have a memo tag that needs to be included, please, by all means, include that memo tag. Again, much love to my man, ElderKarl, for being here. Boomer Squad. Boomer Squad is in the house, guys. Make sure you go out and check out Boomer Squad. We're going to be a part of that family, as we already are, being that we've made that connection. So, and I'm looking forward to meeting ElderKarl and the team and those guys over at Crow, and I'm a big supporter for Crow as well. Again, none of this is financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but we definitely appreciate what an amazing job ElderKarl did, and we appreciate his time as well. So guys, go over to, all you got to do is just type in C4L, which stands for Crypto for Life. I'm gonna spin the wheel. We'll pick, we'll count down and pick based off what the wheel hits, and then I'll need you to send me over your XRP address. We'll send you some free XRP and all that good stuff. So C4L, and then after that, we're gonna do our last drawing for today, and tonight we'll come back on. We'll pick the winner of that drawing. Right, we'll pick the winner. So you can actually be on the drawing as well. Pick the winner of the drawing tonight, which will get a certain amount of XRP, and we'll also do some other crypto giveaway tonight as well. That's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here. You'll see the live up in the Telegram. You'll see the thumbnail that we created. Advertise that again, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. We love giving away. We love supporting the family and showing our love. Ain't that right? So let's get into it. Here goes the drawing. The only way we can do the drawing is to have Crypto Tails take us there. Let's go.
Better off, I'm selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I ain't when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch, hit the Vegas crypto meter. Hello, nice to meet ya. Shower DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man. The next night, a moon party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years and it's still no cheers. If you're selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the mooning? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, now I'm choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one? Bag it up.
Pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Get into them bags with them stacks on us. In a different racks with
all right, let's go. Here we go.
Government some lies, but them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rappers. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. Your favorite rapper clone and he can't beat trust. Move to a different.
All right, first winner, 4 down. First winner will be 4 down from the top of when I posted C4L giveaway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beekeeper 69. Congrats! I told you guys. That brother must be part leprechaun or something. What is it? Oh, God. He's got, at the end of the rainbow, he's got a little gold pot there because this brother's been winning a lot. Congratulations, Beekeeper69. You just won 10 XRP. 10 XRP. You know, hey, it's not about where it's at. It's about where it's going. So you holler at and wait for XRP to get to 100, 1,000. They said it's built to be a $1,000 coin. We'll see. And all I asked for is a steak dinner. Let me stop. Oh, good Lord. Beekeeper69. Congratulations. Let's keep it going. Let's find another winner. Let's keep it going. C4L. C4L. Let's see who wins next. Let's do it. Tails.
So they can't tax us. Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd. Like, they don't want you to get rich, but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying. And I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. Party all night, so we just keep flying.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. This one, bag it up.
Here come the monkey.
This one,
Let me get some. We're looking for that astro flip.
All right, guys. 3 down. 3 down. Let's see who it is. 1, 2. Is it? Well, we can't have 2 winners in the same day. The same person. We're going to go down one more. C-Kez. C-Kez. 1 down from Beekeeper69. C-Kez. You have won 10 XRP. Make sure you guys send me your XRP address. Along with, it was actually 3 down as Beekeeper6, but we got to make it fair. Make sure more than one person. Beekeeper69 is too doggone lucky. That brother, congratulations, Beekeeper69, and congratulations, C-Kez. We went 1 down from 3 down. That's Beekeeper. You know what? You know what? I'm feeling crazy. Let's do it again. Let's do it again because we love the family. Let's do it again. One more time. Let's do it again. One more time. Let's go. Tails.
Guacamole, I want the whole damn dip. I got my spacesuit on, yeah. I want the whole damn shit. And if we bring in any further, bust the whole damn clip. Nah, we do our own research here. Over ledger on a t-shirt here. We in the jungle, I know. They like, monkey, how you see so clear? I did my homework, so he don't care. Yeah. Sitting on the ledger with the bag man. And I just bought Quan.
All right, 8 down. 8 down.
Globians and XTC. And
We're looking for the 8th name down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Who is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, guys. 2 more. 7. 1 more. Okay, let's see. I think I got 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lowell Jack. Congratulations, Lowell Jack. So we got Beekeeper69, C-Kez, Lowell Jack. Send me your XRP addresses. If there is a memo tag, send that. If not, that's okay. And make sure you guys, oh, matter of fact, we got one more to do, and that's based off, now the way that the daily and weekly goes, guys, is on the YouTube channel, like the channel right now. You go to our channel and you make a comment. You can either leave a comment, an emoji, it doesn't matter. You make a comment, and then the next day we go back and we count those comments down, and that's how we determine the winner. We're going to do that right now. So we've got to figure out the last name for the wheel today, and we'll come back tonight and reveal that with other winners as well. So we're going to have some other winners beside the weekly winner. But what we got to do is we got to go to YouTube here. We got to go over here. We go to channel. We go to live. We got to make sure we stop it because it's going to be kind of loud here. So let's see. The live was from, not today, yesterday. So today you're going to make a comment, and we'll pick your name tomorrow to be on the new wheel. This is for the last day of this week. And so we go to the stream. Let me go to the stream here, which would have been with Audius. Is that right? Yes, it is. So we go down here and we look at the comments here. So we spin the wheel and we count the comments down. So let's see who's the last name on the wheel. Here we go. Anybody can be a part of this. You don't have to be a member as far as a membership badge. You just be a part of the family or just tune in. And we appreciate you guys. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. J Kills in the house. Hit the like button, subscribe. Go over to our Twitter, like, retweet. All that good stuff, comment, and then also go to our YouTube once we're off the show, or you can do it now, whatever, and put a comment, leave a thumb up, preferably after the show, comment, thumbs up, whatever, just show you love, and then that's how you get on the daily drawing and the weekly giveaway. So let's do it. We're going to do it right now. Will, spin it. Let's do it. We're looking for the winner of the weekly. Actually, this is not the weekly. This is a daily. The last name of the daily drawing, and the weekly winner will be disclosed tonight. 6 down. So we go back here to the video. We got 6 down. We got Laurel Jack as 1, 2, Shane Sullivan 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I say 6 down? Let me go back and look at this again. 6 down. So it looks like is it Dr. Shiva? Let me see. Dr. Shiva might already be on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dr. Sheba's already in the wheel, right? Let's see. Dr. Sheba's already in the wheel. The next name down would have been Ckez. Ckez is also already on the wheel. We got to keep going down because not more than one entry on each one. Laurel Jack. Laurel Jack is also on the wheel. Let's keep it going. Nest Force. Nest Force is not on the wheel, so Nest Force goes on the wheel. Nest Force, congratulations. You see how easy that is? All you got to do is go to our video today, make a comment, and you're automatically on the list. And you want to do it quickly because we go through the first 10 names, and we might actually count past the 10 names if somebody wins. So if somebody's already on the wheel, we go past the 10 names, and that's how we select our winners, guys. So right now, let me go over here and show the wheel. Right now on the wheel for tonight's drawing, we have Mike Tatner, Beekeeper69, Andrew T, Ckez, Laurel Jack, Dr. Sheba, and today, Nest Force. So tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be talking about everything in crypto, going into the chart, and we're going to select a winner and have other winners, just random people, by spinning the wheel. So make sure you tune in tonight. The winner could be you. With that being said, guys, we appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Corrado, Crypto for Life, we appreciate you, my friend. Nest Force, you're on the wheel. Miss J Kills in the house, the legendary Miss J Kills. Ckez, my man, Pots and Pan. Vince94, J Kills in the house. Dr. Sheba, congratulations. Corrado, the man, the myth, the legends in the house. We appreciate you being here, my friend. Beekeeper69, we appreciate all you guys. Shane Sullivan, Anthony Wanner, all you guys that are just joining in. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. We go live 7 days a week. We cover a coin a day. A coin a day. We cover a coin a day, Monday through Friday. Saturday is called Saturday Vibes, and Sunday is Sunday Fun Day. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys tonight, 6 p.m. Much love. This is your boy James, a.k.a. 68J. We out. Peace.